Hello, good people. Welcome to another Alabrave YouTube session. In this session, we introduce you to exam style questions which you may expect in your examination. And we are going to focus on bar lines. So you may be asked either to add bar lines or to add notes, or you may be asked to add rests. So we have some sample questions which I will guide you through to help you during your revision for the upcoming examination. So let's dive in. Hello, good people. Welcome to another Alabrave YouTube session. In this session, we introduce you to exam style questions which you may expect in your examination. And we are going to focus on bar lines. So you may be asked either to add bar lines or to add notes, or you may be asked to add rests. So we have some sample questions which I will guide you through to help you during your revision for the upcoming examination. So let's dive in. Hello, good people. Welcome to another Alabrave YouTube session. In this session, we introduce you to exam style questions which you may expect in your examination. And we are going to focus on bar lines. So you may be asked either to add bar lines or to add notes, or you may be asked to add rests. So we have some sample questions which I will guide you through to help you during your revision for the upcoming examination. So let's dive in. Hello, good people. Welcome to another Alabrave YouTube session. In this session, we introduce you to exam style questions which you may expect in your examination. And we are going to focus on bar lines. So you may be asked either to add bar lines or to add notes, or you may be asked to add rests. So we have some sample questions which I will guide you through to help you during your revision for the upcoming examination. So let's dive in. Hello, good people. Welcome to another Alabrave YouTube session. In this session, we introduce you to exam style questions which you may expect in your examination. And we are going to focus on bar lines. So you may be asked either to add bar lines or to add notes, or you may be asked to add rests. So we have some sample questions which I will guide you through to help you during your revision for the upcoming examination. So let's dive in. Hello, good people. Welcome to another Alabrave YouTube session. In this session, we introduce you to exam style questions which you may expect in your examination. And we are going to focus on bar lines. So you may be asked either to add bar lines or to add notes, or you may be asked to add rests. So we have some sample questions which I will guide you through to help you during your revision for the upcoming examination. So let's dive in. Hello, good people. Welcome to another Alabrave YouTube session. In this session, we introduce you to exam style questions which you may expect in your examination. And we are going to focus on bar lines. So you may be asked either to add bar lines or to add notes, or you may be asked to add rests. So we have some sample questions which I will guide you through to help you during your revision for the upcoming examination. So let's dive in. Hello, good people. Welcome to another Alabrave YouTube session. In this session, we introduce you to exam style questions which you may expect in your examination. And we are going to focus on bar lines. So you may be asked either to add bar lines or to add notes, or you may be asked to add rests. So we have some sample questions which I will guide you through to help you during your revision for the upcoming examination. So let's dive in. Hello, good people. This section requires us to add bar lines to the questions that we have. And the first part, you first consider this time signature, and the time signature is a 4/4 time signature. In this case, you need 4 crochet beats per bar. How do you know? The bottom number tells us about the knot that receives the beat. So this 4 here indicates we need a crochet. So we need 4 crochets, and then this one here tells us how many beats. So 4 crochets per bar. Now we count crochet number 1, crochet number 2, crochet number 3, crochet number 4. So we draw a bar line here. Next is a dotted minim. The function of a dot is to increase the duration of the original knot by half. The knot is a minim. A minim on its own has 2 crochets. Then the dot adds to it one more because the dot is half the original. So already this makes us have 3 crochets. Then we add one more to make it the 4th crochet, so we draw our bar line here. We have one, second one, third and 4th crochets because this is a minim. So we have 1 crochet, 2 crochets, 3 and 4 crochets. So we draw our bar line here. Lastly, we have 1 crochet, second crochet, third and 4th crochets are here. So this makes we draw the last bar line. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 bar lines for the first circumstance. Second line is also interpreted in the same way. We need 4 crochet beats per bar. A minim has 2, another minim has 2. 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. So 2 plus 2 is 4. We draw our bar line. This is 1 crochet knot, the second knot, which is now a rest rather. Then we have number 3 and have number 4. So crochet knot, crochet rest, crochet knot, crochet rest, they make 4. We add a bar line here. Next we have a crochet, the first one, crochet knot, second one, crochet rest, third one, a minim knot, and a minim has 2 crochets. So this takes number 3 and number 4. We draw a bar line here. Lastly, we have the first crochet knot, the second crochet knot, a minim has 2. So that is the third and 4th line here. So we conclude with a bar line over here. So that's how easy they can be as long as you understand knot values. Last line, we also have 4/4 time signature. 4 crochet beats per bar. It may be a mixture of knots and rests just like the other 2 examples. So we have the first one, second one, third one, and 4th one. So our bar line comes here. Next bit, we have 8th knots. 2 8th knots, or in this case 2 quavers, make 1 crochet. 2 more quavers make 1 crochet, which is the second crochet. Then we have the third crochet. Then we have the 4th crochet. Our bar line lies here. Next, the first crochet, second crochet, third and fourth crochets lie on the minim. We draw a bar line over here. Lastly, two quavers make one crochet, two more quavers make the second crochet, these quavers make the third crochet, and the last one makes the fourth crochet. We draw a bar line. So that's how you can be asked to find or to fill bar lines in a given sample of our melodies or certain rhythms. Now we turn on to another section, still on adding bar lines. Fill this line with crochets, 4 per bar. So we are filling it with the crochets, 4 per bar. In other words, we've been asked to fill this, and the interpretation is we only use crochets. So in this case, we can have the first crochet, second crochet, third crochet, and fourth crochet. Also here, first crochet, second crochet, third crochet, and fourth crochet. Here also we do the same. First crochet, second crochet, third crochet, and fourth crochet. Here we have first crochet, second crochet, third crochet, and here we have fourth crochet. We have restricted ourselves to crochets because the question requires us to fill using crochets. Secondly, when we move down, it says at each asterisk, this part, at each asterisk, complete the bar with a knot of appropriate value. So we've not been told which knot, but we have to consider which knot is appropriate to make each bar a 4/4 time signature bar. So we start with this. These two make up a quiver because they are semi-quavers. These two also make up a quiver because they are semi-quavers. Then we have a quiver and a quiver. When you add two quavers together, they make a crochet. So this one here is equivalent to one crochet. But we need 4. Now, these two are quavers. Two of them make one crochet. So we have another crochet here. Therefore, they say at each asterisk complete the bar with a knot. They have not said we complete with the knots. They only want a knot of appropriate value. So we have 2, we are remaining with 2 crochets. A knot that represents 2 crochets is a minim. So we do not shade to mean that minim represents crochet. Secondly, we interpret this is the first crochet. This is a quiver. As we've seen earlier on, this is equivalent to a crochet. This is equivalent to a crochet. So in other words, we have 1 crochet, 2 crochets, 3 crochets, and a quiver. Therefore, we need another quiver to make it a crochet. So we add a quiver. We move on to the third bar. We have a minim. This minim is equivalent to 2 crochets. we have a crochet which is equivalent to 1. So 2 crochets plus 1, that is 3. And we need 4 crochets, so we remain with 1 more crochet, and everything is done. The last one, we've seen that 4 semi-quavers make up a crochet. These two, these two quavers make up another crochet. These 2 quavers make up another crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3. We need a knot, not 2 knots, not 3 knots. So in this case, it means we add a crochet here, and that will be the assessment for the day. Complete these bars with rests. Now we are not completing with knots, but we are completing with rests. The first bar requires 4 4, which so means 4 crochet beats per bar, or 4 crochet rests. In this case, we have 1 crochet beat, so we need rest. For 4 4 time signature, you have to be careful because you have to consider them in beats. So if you have the first beat, the second beat shall be a crochet rest. Then the third and fourth beat can be combined to form a minim rest. There is a rule. I know you would have thought of, why can't I just put here a dotted minim rest? When you're considering 4 4 times signature, you must take into account the individual beats. So the beats can be paired 1 and 2, then 3 and 4. So it's usually first strong beat, then weak beat, third strong beat, fourth weak beat. So in those pairs, that's why for the second one, I've used a crochet rest, but for the third part of it, I've used a minim rest. The minim rest represents 2 crochet rests. Below it, we have a minim. This one represents bit 1 and bit 2. So we move on directly to bit 3 and 4, which can be represented still by a minim rest. I'm using this because the question is open. It doesn't tell us to use which type of rest. It's only specific on complete the bars with rests. And in the rules for 4-4, it's usually advisable to combine 1 and 2, then 3 and 4 can be represented by 1. So rather than drawing 2 crochet rests which are in the third and fourth beats, we can replace them with 1 minim rest. Next, here you have to be very careful. This is a 16th knot. And so we need first to finish it to make the first crochet. So what you will do is first get the next 16th rest, to make this a quiver, then add a quiver rest. So these two make a quiver, then another quiver, so we have 1 knot. These 3 represent the first beat. Then second beat, you can now make it into a crochet rest. So you have bit 1 and you have bit 2. For bit 3 and 4 being 4 4, you are allowed to use this, which is a minim rest. Next, here This is a quiver. So to make a quiver a crochet, we need also a quiver rest. So quiver and a quiver, first beat, then second crochet, then third and fourth, we can finish them with the same finishing line, which is the minim rest. So as you handle such questions, be careful on the rules that are usually used. Go as you go to the questions, tackle bit by bit. Am I forming a complete bit before moving on to the next section? So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't just learn, then it ends there. Learn, subscribe, share. The last section tells us to add bar lines to these rhythms. It's almost similar to where we started. So how do we add bar lines? The first one is 4/4 time signature. The time signature will be key in guiding us where to start from. Now, we start with these 4 crochets. This is a dotted crochet, which means we have crochet number 1 here. The dot is a half of a crochet. So the dot is a quiver. Combined with this quiver, we get another crochet, crochet number 2. This is a minim, it has number 3 and number 4. So this is the bar line. Next, this is a semi-breve, and a semi-breve is made up of 4. So all of them 1 to 4 lie in this one. So this is a bar line. Here we have first crochet, second crochet, third crochet, and fourth crochet. So we add a bar line. These here are crochet number 1 and crochet number 2. This one here, these are 16th knots. So 2 16th knots make a quiver, 2 16th knots make a quiver. In other words, 2 semi-quavers make a quiver, 2 semi-quavers make a quiver. Then this is a quiver and a quiver. Then 2 quavers make a crochet. So this is 1 crochet, which is the third crochet. Then lastly, we have 1 crochet, the fourth crochet. So here we place our bar line. Do not forget to add the last bar line irrespective of the setup. We proceed on to the next line, 3 crochet beats per bar. We start with the first one, you have 1, the first crochet beat. It's a dotted crochet, so the dot is a quiver and another quiver. 2 quavers make the second crochet. Then here we have the third crochet. The rule is we need 3 crochet beats. So we draw a bar line here. This is a dotted minim. A minim in itself has 2 crochets, 1 and 2. Then the dot is half of a minim, which is a crochet gives us 3. And so we draw a bar line over here. Here we have 1, 2, and 3. We draw a bar line. Here we have 1, 2, and 3, similar to the second bar that we drew. So this is the end, or where we have the bar line. Next, we shift back to 4/4, 4 crochets per bar. Already these ones we've seen from the previous line, these ones are 3. Then these 2 quavers make up the fourth one. So we draw our bar line here. Here we have 2 crochets, plus this is a minim rest, which means here we have 1 and 2. Then here we have 3 and 4. So we draw our line over there. Here we have the first one, which is a dotted crochet. A dot and a quiver make them another crochet. So crochet number 2. This one becomes crochet number 3. And this one is crochet number 4. So we draw a bar line over there. This is a semi-breve which has 4 crochets, so we draw. This one here has 1 crochet knot. The second one is a crochet rest, 2 quavers, third crochet, and then fourth crochet we draw a bar line. Then here the first 2, because it is a minim rest that has 2 crochet rest, so we have 1 and 2. Then these ones, remember the rule, 1 2 1 2, those are 2 quavers. Then a quiver and a quiver, they give us a crochet, so we have crochet number 3, and last one crochet number 4. We draw a bar line over there. Next, we proceed to this one. We need 2 crochet beads per bar. As you have seen, these ones give us 1 crochet bead, and this one give us the second crochet bead. We draw a bar line. Now this is 1 crochet bead, but the crochet is dotted, so this dot gives us a quiver. These 2 give us another quiver, so we have a quiver and a quiver. When you add 2 quivers, you get a crochet, so we have 2 crochets. Here we have 1 crochet, 1 crochet. Because we only need 2 crochets from the time signature, we draw a bar line. This is a minim. A minim is made up of 2 crochets, so we draw. This is a crochet, but it is dotted, so the dot is a quiver and a quiver give us a crochet. So we have 2 crochet beads. Here, a quiver and a quiver, they give us a crochet. And then we have a quiver and 2 semi-quavers. So these 2 semi-quavers yield a quiver. So we have a quiver and a quiver, which gives us another crochet. So we have first crochet and we have second crochet. We draw a bar line. A quiver and a quiver crochet, quiver and a quiver crochet. So 2 crochets, draw a bar line. We remain with a crochet and a crochet, so we have 2 crochets. We draw a bar line. I hope you've learned something from the video. If you liked it or if you've gotten something meaningful from it, please do not forget to subscribe, hit the like button, share, and drop a comment. What would you like to learn next? See you in the next lesson. Have a wonderful time. Bye bye.